Why not me? Like, you have the faith to believe that everybody else that you watch on TV and everybody else that you listen to on YouTube, that they have been called, right? Why not you? Why don't you feel like you've been called and you've been chosen? Like, can I tell you that there is no better combination than you and God in the amazing dream and the dream team that is dedicated and going all in to do the thing that you were created to do. There's no greater combination. So the question is, why not me? Right? Pioneer asked the question, what if? And that was the title of part one of our Pioneer series. What if? And I gave you three questions that pioneers always ask themselves. Number one, what if I could solve this problem? Like, what if I dedicate my life to solving this problem in the world? Number two, what if there is a better way? What if there is a better way? Number three, what if I'm the one? Come on. What if listen, I'm looking at your faces and I see cheeks just rising up to eyeballs because you started smiling when I said that one. What if I'm the one who has been called and commissioned to go on this crusade to save some lives, some people, some things, some places that nobody else in the world can do because God has not spoken that specific word to them like he spoke it to me. This week, we're in part number two. And the title of this lesson is Why Not? Write that down. Why not? I'm looking at you and I want to say, just turn and look at the person to your left or to your right, but that's not real because this is on a flat screen. But if you look around, like, you are around some people who are asking themselves the question, number one, what if? And number two, they're asking themselves the question, why not? Right? A pioneer always, in last week, I gave you some characteristics of a pioneer. This week, I'm going to give you even more. So write these down. A pioneer is someone who questions the status quo. Anybody on this line ever question the status quo? Like, why is it the way it is? A pioneer is never okay with what has always been. Like, you see this thing in the world that when you see it, it breaks your heart, makes you come alive, and you ask yourself, why is this the way that it is? There's got to be a better way. Pioneers always challenge the known because they can see or sense that there is a new way, right? There are three questions that make pioneers tick, Doc. Three questions. I want you to write these down this morning because if you keep these questions on the forefront of your mind all the time, it will lead you to something revolutionary. Three questions this morning that makes a pioneer tick is, number one is, why not? Why not? Right? People all across the world will tell you, Tiffany, that doesn't exist. And your answer is, why not? Why the heck not? People all around the world, Doc, will tell you that'll never work. And your answer is, why not? Why won't it work? Right? They're going to tell you, Vincent, it can't be done. And your answer is, why not? Why not? If you live with a why not around the area of what you've been called to build and to pioneer, I'm telling you right now, it will lead you to some places and to some valleys and to some mountains and to some peaks and to some discoveries that most people would have never had the courage to get to. The answer, the question, why not, is a declaration that has a sharp tip on the point of that question that literally pierces through anything that's standing in front of you. When somebody can't tell you what can't be done and you respond, why not? You are just piercing the next brick wall to get to what you had not been able to get to before. It's too difficult. Why not? That is my response. That why not? You've never done it. You've never seen it. But why not? I'm telling you today, if you live with a why not in your spirit, if you live with a why not on your tongue, if you live with a why not, everything that seems like it was impossible before now becomes possible. That literally is the definition of that question. Why not? Literally means impossible is not real. Anything is possible. As long as I'm willing to do the work, show up, and really crawl through, climb over, crawl under, be amongst things that most people want nothing to do with. I tell you today, if you look around your space where you're sitting right now, from your desk to your chair to your computer to your wall to the picture on your walls to the fan in your house and the electricity in your room, it was all impossible at one time. Somebody had to have the courage to say, why not? We've always lived in the dark when the sun goes down. We'll always live in the dark when the sun goes down. Somebody had to be able to say, why not? Why can't we have light? Why can't we have electricity? Like, is that your posture? Or are you someone who just accepts what you see? You accept the limitations around you? Or do you walk into a room and you push the boundaries of what's possible, not just with your mouth, but with your character, with your DNA, with your courage, with the look in your eyes, with how you treat people, with your curiosity for what has not been done yet, for your zeal, for your hunger, for your desire to not just be a boundary pusher and a limit breaker for the sake of being different, for the sake of being a rebel, but for the sake of being and doing something so that the people behind you that you've been called to serve will be able to get what they need. I was driving down the freeway the other day and I saw a father who had to pull over the side of the freeway. Apparently he probably ran out of gas and he had to go walk. I don't know how far he was walking, but he had to go get some gas for his vehicle with his family on the inside. Can I ask you the question? What wouldn't you do for the people you've been called to? What wouldn't you do? And pioneering is like being pulled over on the freeway with your family in the car and there's no gas and you have to get the gas can and you have to walk miles to go get it and then miles to come back to it. Never in the history of ever has a husband or a father ever said the distance to the gas station is too far, so we'll just sit here and die. Never in the history has any mother ever said it's too far for me to go get the gas and bring them back so that my kids can get to safety. And you, pioneer, you would never do the same for the people you've been called to. There's no distance too far. There's no valley too deep for you to be able to travail and to get through the things that you need to get through in order to do what you were called to do. So some of you are sitting here today and like, Ira, I want it, but I don't want it that bad. Truth is that what God has given you to do, if you don't want it that bad, it will always stay a great idea. It will always stay a good intention. It will always stay a great vision. And I tell you that great ideas, great vision, great dreams that are stuck on paper that do not get built, in my eyes, is one of the greatest tragedies, travesties, sins that a person can commit, is knowing that you have something to give to this world that you've been called to give it, and you gave up on it. You gave up on it. Like for the Christians on the call, like what if Jesus got off the cross? Because it was painful. Like what if he just got down? Where would that have left us? What if Noah didn't build the ark because it was too big, it cost too much, it took too much time? Like I want you to think about these things because this is the same call that you have. My Bible says that greater works will you do than I did. That's what my Bible says. That's what Jesus said. right? And it doesn't mean greater as in scale, like one dream or one calling is better than the other. It just simply means that in my name, you gonna do some great and mighty things to save other people, just like I did. I'm the example. I'm the example. If Jesus is the example, he paid it all. What are you willing to pay? Pioneer doesn't start with P by accident. It's going to cost you something. You got to pay something in order to build something. And I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about with your life. Why not? Why not? It's never, one of my favorite books is by the former co-founder of Netflix, their first CEO. The name of his book is That'll Never Work. And that's exactly what everybody told him when they were trying to build and fund Netflix. That'll never work. And I imagine his answer was, why not? Why not has to be your language. When you want to give up, when it's not working, when you've been in the same place for too long, you have to have a why not rallying cry. And you almost have to get a little Joker-ish, right? From Batman. You almost got to laugh with it a little bit. Like, why? Like, you almost got to be a little crazy, a little cuckoo. Like, all right, they done told us no 54 times. Why not this bank, right? Why not this sponsor, right? Why not this church? Why not this opportunity, right? What else do we have to lose? I've gone all in. I've cashed in on my chips. Why not call up somebody who I don't have the credentials to talk to and ask them if they're willing to do what I need them to do? Why not? What's the worst they can do? Look at their phone and say, well, listen, they can't even see me through the phone, Mary. So why not call them, right? Worst they can say is this lady Mary called me and she was crazy out of her mind. What do I have to lose? Nothing. But what do you have to gain? What do you have to gain? And so if I can give you some new language today, you stop thinking about what you have to lose and start thinking about what you have to gain. Because if the gain is greater than the loss, you have to be willing to push your chips all into the table. And that's what any great investor, that's how they think. See, investors know that it's a greater than 50% chance that when they invest into somebody or a company, that they're going to lose all of their money. They already know this. There is a very high rate that startup companies will fail, whether they're funded or not. So why would an investor invest their money into a ratio that seems upside down? Because they understand that if this startup wins, the gains will always outweigh the losses. It's a game of inches. It's a game of numbers. And so you have to ask yourself, are the gains of what I'm trying to do, no matter how many times I fail, if I get it right once, light bulb, if I get it right once, cure for whatever disease you can think of, if I get it right once, iPhone, if I get it right once, Disney, will the gains outweigh the losses? Why not? Number two, second question that makes a pioneer tick is this: why not me? Why not me? Like, you have the faith to believe that everybody else that you watch on TV and everybody else that you listen to on YouTube, that they have been called, right? Why not you? Why don't you feel like you've been called and you've been chosen? Like, can I tell you that there is no better combination than you and God in the amazing dream and the dream team that is dedicated and going all in to do the thing that you were created to do. There's no greater combination. So the question is, why not me? Why not me? Who else? Who else gonna do this? Nakia, who else is going to do what you're trying to do. Like Dallin, why not you? Why not? Not the next gen guy down the street. Why not you? What else you got to do? What else is on your schedule to do? Somebody help me. What else is on your calendar? Why not you? Because if you don't do it, the guy down the street did not get the revelation how you got it. Right? Why? Why not? And I remember early on when I first started turning this mic on, and I was like, yeah, Lord, no. I don't think so. Not me. I'm not that guy. You've got the wrong guy. First of all, Lord, I don't want to be the man. I like to be the man next to the man. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I like to be behind the curtain, opening the curtains for the man, right? I want to make sure the man who's in front or the woman who's in front, they got water, they got their notes. Like, I want to make sure they're good to go. That's me. Like, I want to make sure the brand, like, you know, like, and when God told me, no, you're the one, I was like, you got to be kidding. I think you got the wrong guy, sir. I mean, I know you know all, but I think you got the wrong guy. Anybody ever said that to God? I think you got the wrong one. Oops. God, you bat 100%, but I think you're about 99.9 because you got the wrong one, sir. But here's what changed for me. Is every time I open my mouth, the response of the people around me confirm that what God said is what he meant. Why not you? Why not you? You know how you can confirm the calling on your life? Look at the impact that you have on the people around you after you have served them. Notice I didn't say sell to them. After you have served them. I want you to look at the response of the people you have served from the depths of your heart, from the depths of your soul. And everything that radiates off of them and out of their heart, simply saying, why not you? It's simply saying, why not you? Come on. I need you to understand this. That if this thing is keeping you up at night, if it's causing your blood to boil inside of your veins, like if all you can think about and dream about, some of y'all daydream about, and plan for and focus on is what you've been called to pioneer, stop looking around for everybody else to come do what you've been called to do. Why not you, Tom Brown? Why not you? Well, listen, I'm a Christian, and what I've been called to do is kind of Christian-y, and I'm not a pastor or I'm not a preacher. Man, let me tell you something. If you were called, you were called. Period. I don't remember anywhere in my Bible where Jesus started handing out certificates to Peter and the rest of the crew. I don't remember. I don't remember that. He's like, let's go. We got some work to do. I'll teach you on the way. Then I'm going to leave you to do what even I didn't do, which was to build a church. So listen, why not you? Well, you understand, Peter walked with Jesus. Yeah, but he was also slicing people's ears off and trying to duke it out with people, right? And all these other, like Peter was jacked, but he was human like us. But he was also called, and he had some giftings and some anointing. I'm looking at some people today on this call, right? And if you're listening to this or watching the playback, whatever, wherever, however you're consuming this content right now, I want you to understand, no matter how jacked up you are, you still are called. Why not you? God is not looking for your perfection. He's looking for you to stand up and say, yes, I'll pioneer what you called me to pioneer. Yes, he is. 100%. Why not me? And some of you, that's all you came in here this morning. Why not me? And I'm telling you, if you just get that one foundational truth in your head, everything will change for you. Because you don't have the conviction yet that you're the one. Like, you ever seen like Floyd Mayweather or Conor McGregor or some of these other very confident athletes? You know the difference between them and everybody else? They understand the foundational truth. Why not me? And you can call it arrogance, you call it whatever you want. But when they step in the arena to do what they do, they know that they're the one. They know that they're the one. And confidence is a game changer. It is a game changer. I'm going to tell you right now, some of you have been called to do some of the greatest things on the planet, and you're going to sit across from some people who are going to challenge you and say, why are you the one? Why are you the one I should write this check for? Why are you the one who can build when nobody else in the world is like, okay, Doc, you sitting here and you telling me, look, they're going to sit back in their chair like this at the conference table. Listen, look, watch me. They're going. So what you're telling me is that this has never been done in the entire history of humanity. But what you want me to believe is that you're the one who can do this. They're going to sit back and do like this. And it's going to be up to you in that moment to have a level of conviction that is through and through true from the top of your head to the soles of your feet to the very tippy toes, for you to be able to sit in that seat and explain to them and articulate to them why you are the one. And ladies and gentlemen, that's not ego. That is not pride. That is not arrogance. That is certainty. There is a difference. There is a difference. Like when you tell people that you are so-and-so, your child's mother or father, that's not ego. That is a matter of fact. You are their parent. And so when somebody asks you, why are you the one? Your answer is not ego. It is fact. Period. This is why I'm the one. Even if I haven't built anything yet, I'm going to tell you why I'm the one. And somebody who is the right one to open doors for you, they'll be able to discern and pick up on the fact just by your language, your character, the look in your eye, how you carry yourself, and the people around you who have rallied around what you're building, they'll be able to know, oh, she's the one. She's the one. And I'm gonna open as many doors as I can for her because he's the one. And if they don't see it, guess what? Does that make you not the one? No, it makes them not the one to help you be who you were called to be. But you better believe they'll be watching. And if they don't open doors now, they'll open them later. And if they don't open them later, you better believe they'll tell everybody that they had the chance to open doors for you and they missed it. If you understand, why not me? Everything changes around you. You will walk yourself into some spaces and places in front of people that you don't belong in or in front of, and you'll say some of the craziest, most audacious things out of your mouth because you understand, why not me? And you have to get to a place where no people laughing at you, people talking about you, is all a part of the process. You have to get to the point where you understand that's a part of the process. It's a part of the process. The truth is you don't need everybody to believe that you're the one. You just need a couple of people to believe you're the one. The people who are going to join your team, the people who will pour money and resources into you, the people who will open doors. You don't need everybody to believe that you're the one. That's not how this works. Last time I checked, when I walk up to a door and there's a keyhole, there's only one key that opens every door. You don't need everybody to be the key to open up that door. You're looking for the right keys and the right doors. Not everybody. Why not me? Why not you? Why not? Number 3, write this down and we're done. Third question that makes a pioneer tick is why not now? I can get up out of this desk and just run around my whole neighborhood and come back. Why not now? What are you waiting for? I'm just asking. What are we waiting for? There's never been a better time than now. Hear me. There has never been a better time than now. What exactly are you waiting for? Why not now? Why not? What are you waiting for? I got to wait for my kids to graduate. Ari, you just don't understand. I'm at this job. Well, I want to go to this school for Excuses are gone. Why not now? When I say now, it doesn't mean I want you to go from where you are right now to go, booking out the arena in the middle of Dallas, Texas, where the Cowboys play and speak to one person. No, that's not what I mean. Why not now means why can't you start taking small incremental steps to move yourself forward towards what you've been called to? If you need to go to school, get there. If you need to train. If you need to coach. If you need therapy, get therapy. If you need to start speaking to one person, start. If you need to start having coffee, have coffee. Why not now? Now means just one baby step today. That's all it means. It don't mean you got to be a social media guru tomorrow. No, it's not what that means. Why not now means what are you reading? What are you studying? What are you becoming? Are you working on your mind? Are you working on your heart? Are you working on your spirit? Why not now? What you waiting on? Well, Ira, listen, at my church, they're about to start this thing next year. What, man, what? You better go get you a book and get to work. Stop putting your dream on everybody else's timetable. I used to have this business coach. He used to say, man, you can't count your money when it's in other people's pockets. That's what he used to say. What he was saying was, like when you're setting appointments and things of that nature, never let people get back to you. Like set the appointment right away or whatever. That's what he was saying, right? Never put the ball in somebody else's court. That's what he was saying. And some of us, we keep putting the ball in other people's court, waiting on their schedule, waiting on their, like, now is the moment. Now is the time. Did I tell you that people don't last forever? You don't get to live forever. You have a mission. Hear me. You have a mission, not a nice to do, not a want to do, not a maybe. You have a mission. And some of us are not moving with mission intensity because you don't think it's a mission. You don't realize it is a crusade. You don't realize that the hot lava is behind you and the people you've been called to serve. And so we're meandering and we're skipping through the field as if we have all day. You don't. You don't. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be alive, but I'm running for my life to do what I've been called to do. Like, why not now? I need you to identify what your now step is. What is your now step? Think about that. What is your now step? For some of you, you need to step back because you've done too much too soon. Or it's time to shift because you learned some things. What is your now step? What is your now step? And I see your minds I see the gears spinning. What is your now step? Do you need to raise capital? Do you need to build a team? Do you need to discipline yourself? Do you need to get some things right with some people in your life? Right? Do you need to shift? Do you need to pivot? Do you need to scale back? Do you need to stop altogether and assess where you have come from and where you still have yet to go? Do you need to rest? Do you need a vacation? Right? Do you need to speak to the people in your life and let them know who you now are and who you no longer are? Do you need to cut some people out of your life and add some people intentionally into your life? What is your now? Do you need to leave some safe places to get to some uncomfortable, unknown places that will lead you down the path of your destiny? What is your now step? Why not now? You know what later? You know what later cost you? I'll do it later. You know what later cost you? Your destiny. That's what later cost you. Later never comes. Never comes. What if Kobe Bryant decided that he was going to do something before he started playing basketball and he would get to basketball later? Kobe died at what, 41 years old? The greatest, one of the greatest to ever do it, at least top 5 to ever do it. Later never came for him. So if he hadn't done the work that he was called to do on the court to change people's lives and to inspire people, et cetera, to leave behind a body of work, he would have never got to later. Some of us are relying on later. I don't really know that you have a good grasp on if you have a later. So I challenge you every day as a pioneer. I challenge you every day as a dream diver to get up every day and ask yourself the questions, why not? Why not me? Why not now?